just attack the basket.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Nostalgic Rips. We got a big box for you today. We got 92-93 Upper Deck NBA sealed. Let's get into it. Hope everybody's doing great today. We got 36 packs. Obviously, we are Jordan hunting. I don't know if we'll pull anything. I'm still stuck on it. For those of you who have watched it, a couple videos ago, we ripped a 96 Upper Deck and pulled that Jordan die cut out of it. I'm still kind of buzzing about that thing. So 36 packs, 92-93 Upper Deck. Hang out with me for the ride today, and we'll get through it. All right, let's jump right into it. Oh, man. Ugh. All right. We've got cards every which way, don't we? All right. Top prospects, Sean Rooks, Robert Horry. Top prospects, another top prospects of LaFonso Ellis. There's a David Robinson All-Star card. I'll tell you what, let's do this. Rookies. All right. Xavier McDaniels, Matt Geiger, Avent Humphreys, Sanders, Rick Fox, Gillen, Gary Payton, Grant Long, right there we go. Michael Jordan. Hello, Mike. And the artistry card. Hello, Michael. I was a little bit more prepared this time with the penny sleeves. All right. Tom Gugliotta, rookie. Jim Jackson, rookie. Lee Mayberry, rookie. All-Star of Danny Manning. Eric Murdoch, Michael Williams, Terry Mills, Cedric Sabalas, Xavier McDaniel, Trey Mays, Eddie Johnson, Equals, Cliff Robinson, John Sally, and Doug West. All right. If you ain't noticed it, I will be going through these fairly quickly, just because there's a lot. All right, and as much as you guys absolutely love me and my channel and my content and all that stuff, you don't want to sit here for an hour watching me do this. Dwayne Cooper, Brent Price. Who's that? Walt Williams. All rookies. Mark Aguirre on the game faces. We got Don McLean, Blue Edwards, Dwayne Cooper, Robert Pack, Isaiah Thomas on the 15,000 point club, Mark Price, Chris Mullen, Big Smooth Sam Perkins, Antoine Carr, Andre Turner is not stuck to anybody, and Terry Porter. Alonzo Mourning, rookie. Shaquille O'Neal, top prospects. There we go. We'll take Shaq. And Hubert Davis, All-Star Sam Elliott. Walter Bond, Mark Jackson. Dominique Wilkins, Brent Price, Joe Dumars, Derek McKee, Lascelles Thompson, Nick Anderson, Luke Longley, Charles Barkley, and Tim Hardaway. All right. Prospects, Todd Day, Latrell Sprewell. Prospects, and our other prospect is Oliver Miller. Hakeem the Dream on the All-Star card. Frank Johnson. Rolando Blackman. Xavier McDaniel. Latrell Sprewell. Larry Bird on the Upper Deck Heroes. Why? All right, well, okay. Greg Anthony, Ken Norman, Mitch Richmond, Kevin Duckworth, Doug Christie, and Michael Jordan. Look at that. That is sick. Regular season and NBA Finals. Sick and very beautifully centered, too. Michael Jordan on the art card. All right, let's keep it going. Byron Houston, Oliver Miller, and Latrell Sprewell are prospects. There is a game face Michael Jordan. Man, is this going to be... I ain't going to say it because I don't want to jinx it, but that is a sick picture of him. Michael Jordan, game faces. Oh, we got to finish that pack out. Tim Perry. Back to back. Eric Murdoch. Gerald Glass. Karl Malone on the 15,000 point club. Doug Smith. Charles Shackelford. Buck Williams. Doug West. Mario Ellie and Stacey Augman. The 6 million point man. All right, we got prospects are should be three. Doug Christie, Hubert Davis, and Shaquille O'Neal. Derek Coleman on the game face. Rolando Blackman, Frank Johnson, Don McLean, Tom Chambers, Mike Lazzulino. Yeah, we'll go with that. Alec Kessler, Sherman Douglas, Brett Rasmussen, Tony Smith, Tim Perry, and Bob Lanier. All right, our prospects are Bryant Stith, Walt Williams, and Brent Price. All-Star Karl Malone, signature mailman dunk. We got Mark Jackson, Walter Bond again. That's the third time now that's happened. Kirk Van Way, Harvey Grant, Anthony Mason. Sorry, it felt like Anthony was stuck to something. Terry Mills, Vern Fleming, Doc Rivers, Randy White, and our checklist that actually has Michael Jordan on it. Question, because I had it in the other video also, do we put that in the Michael Jordan pile? I'll allow it. I'll allow it just because it does have Michael Jordan on it, and it is both sides. There's Mike. There's Mike. It goes in the Michael Jordan pile. Has to. But not on top of that one. That one's prettier. All right. Pack number something. We are 1/4 of the way through. Our prospects are Richard Dumas. Sorry. Dumas, and I feel like never mind. Lee Mayberry and Jim Jackson. All-Star of those three. I know that's Mark Price. Blue Edwards, Don McClain, Frank Johnson, Mario Ellie, Wayman Tisdale, Sean Kemp, Nate McMillan, Dwayne Farrell, Tyrone Corbin, Frank Brikowski, and Mars on the art cards. All right, our prospects: Jim Jackson, Tom Gugliotta, Lionel Simmons, and Mitch Richmond on the scoring threats. There's Michael Jordan, All-Star. Keeping it rolling with the All-Star, Jordan. Love it. We got Oliver Miller, Danny Ainge, Kennard Winchester, Keith Jennings, Dikembe Mutombo. What year was his rookie year? 91. Danny Ferry, Larry Nance, Kenny Smith, Jerry Reynolds, Mitch Richmond, and Reggie Williams on the art cards. All right, prospects are Robert Horry, Sean Rooks, Carl Malone on the game face is Clyde Drexler, All-Star, with Jordan watching him in the background. Walt Williams, Chris Smith, Blair Rasmussen, Stacey Augman, Charles Smith, Loy Vaught, Greg Sutton, Dan. You know what? I'm going to take my time because if I keep on ripping these basketball cards, I'm going to have to learn this guy's freaking last name. Majurel. We'll say Majurel. I've said it about 400 different ways. Checklist, Jordan, and Jordan. We'll put it in the Jordan pile. Patrick Ewing and Drazen Petrovic on the art cards. All right, our prospects: Tracy Murray, Harold Miner, Sean Elliott and David Robinson on the scoring threats, Dikembe and Chris Jackson on the scoring threats, Travis Mays, Pooh Richardson, John Barry, Matt Geiger, Alvin Robinson, D. Brown, Rodney McCray, Jeff Malone, Vlade Divac, Sam Perkins, and Derek Harper on the art. Prospects: Lloyd Daniels, Clarence Weatherspoon, Game Face, Frank Brikowski, Brad Daugherty on the All-Star, David Wingett, Byron Houston, Rick Mahorn, Michael Williams, D. Brown, Alvin Robinson, Neagle Knight, Robert Parrish, Sam Bowie, Dennis Scott, and Dennis Scott. Same pack, same card, same everything. All right, let me... All right. Anthony Peeler, Adam Keefe on the prospects, Dan Majuro, Terry Porter on the All-Star, Mario Ellie, Scott Brooks, Oliver Miller, Blue Edwards, Loy Vaught, Charles Smith, Manute Bowl, Mark Eaton, Byron Scott, Sam Perkins, and Derek Harper on the art. The Kid, Christian Laettner on the prospects. Ron Harper, game faces. Mark Price, All-Star. Patrick Ewing on the All-Star. Kiki Vandeweghe, James Edwards, Walt Williams, Mark Jackson, Danny Ferry, Dikembe Mutombo, Randy Brewer, Ron Seekley, Tracy Catledge. We got Patrick Ewing, and we've got, who's that? Drazen Petrovic on the art. Game face, David Robinson. Game face, Christian Laettner. All-Star of Scottie Pippen. All-Star Larry Johnson. Tom Chambers, Andrew Lang, Travis Mays, Rolando Blackman, David Robinson on the sick hollow. That is really cool. David Robinson. Greg Kite, Dana Barros, Troy Campbell, AC Green. Art cards are Reggie Williams and Mitch Richmond. All right. John Sally on the game face. Robert Parrish on the game face. Clyde Drexler on the game face. Sean Kemp, All-Star. Didn't look like Sean Kemp for a second. Gerald Glass. What is this? That's really cool, though. Milwaukee Bucks. David Wingate. Tim Perry. All right. Soranis. Number 13 for the Warriors. Ed Pickney, Will Perdue, Kevin McHale, Sidney Floyd, Karl Malone, and Rick Smits on the art. All right, we've got Harvey Grant, game faces, checklist. It's a prospect. Charles Barkley on the All-Star. Scoring threats, Brad Daugherty and Mark Price. Brent Price. The Cleveland Cavs. Mario Ellie. Frank Johnson, Scott Brooks, Ron Harper, Ricky Pierce, Thurl Bailey, Dale Davis, John Stockton and Karl Malone on the scoring threats, and Kendall Gill on the art. Hey, we are halfway through. Oh, God, these, look at that. That is sick. That is absolutely awesome. Dikembe Mutombo, the Warrior card. That is cool. We're going to set that out. All right. Lionel Simmons and Mitch Richmond on the scoring threats. Our prospects is Tom Gugliotta, Dunk Championship, Clarence Weatherspoon, Chris Smith, Walt Williams, James Edwards, Allah Abdelnaby, Nigel Wright, Bill Lambier, there's a little Jordan in the picture, J.R. Reed, Scott Skiles, Chris Jackson, Alonzo Mourning, rookie, and Abdelnaby again. There's Zoe. Man, that Warrior card is sick. I like that. That is really cool. And we got another one coming up. Look at that. of, oh, now that, Larry Bird and Michael Jordan. How about that? I know, I mean, it's a common card, but that is awesome. That's really cool. We're going to set that right there for just a moment. All right. Thomas and Dumars on the scoring threats. Dwayne Cooper, prospect. Tim Perry, sorry, on the dunk. All right. Danny Ainge, Oliver Miller, Scott Brooks, Rodney McRae, Manute Bol, Anthony Bonner, Fat Lever, Ramil Robinson, John Stockton, Bryant Smith, rookie, and Corey Williams, rookie. I know there's a lot of Jordan cards, but that's probably, I mean, obviously, I know that this thing has existed before I opened this box, but I mean, that's one of my favorite cards of all time. Never actually personally pulled one until now. That is amazing. Birdman and Agent 23. Nice. All right, let's keep going. Because if not, I'll sit there and I'll geek over it, and because that's what I do. You know, I've had people ask me like, oh, you know, like when you pull these cards and they're in good conditions and, you know, it's the old stuff, it can be worth like thousands if it hits a PSA 10 or something. It's like, dude, that's not why I do this. I mean, it's just not. You know, I get the joy of opening this old stuff to get that feeling that, you know, we haven't had anybody. You can go and get the new boxes of crap, and which I do. I still rip that stuff, but you know, nothing beats this. Like right here, nothing beats this. Harvey Grant, Alonzo Mourning on the prospect, Cedric Sabalas on the dunk, Jeff Grayer, Rick Mahorn, Byron Houston, Dan Majurl, Randy Brower, Fred Roberts, Mark West, Mookie Blaylock, Winston Garland, Tracy Murray on the draft, and I don't know who those two dudes are, but draft card. As you can clearly see, I'm not the most knowledgeable person about this. I mean, but sure as hell have fun ripping this stuff open, though. Robert Parrish game faces. John Sally game faces. Todd Day on the prospect. Dominique Wilkins on the Slam Dunk Championship. Two-time 1985 and 1990 champion. In your face. Vinny Del Negro, John Barry, Pooh Richardson, J.R. Reed, Dana Barros, Larry Stewart, Tyrone Hill, Eldon Campbell, Tom Chambers, rookie Christian Laettner looking all Rico Suave, and Lee Mayberry. All right, speaking of Christian Laettner, game faces, Christian Laettner. Game faces, David Robinson. Byron Houston on the rookie. Kenny Smith in the Slam Dunk Championship, 1993 competitor. Buck Johnson, Blair Rasmussen, Chris Smith, Nigel Knight, Will Perdue, Darrell Walker, Steve Kerr, Chris Dudley, Reggie Williams, rookie Harold Miner, and the Dallas Mavericks, Sean Rooks. All right, we got Ron Harper game faces, Christian Laettner on the prospect with Doug Christie. Isaiah Thomas on the All-Star. Anthony Event, Kennard, Winchester, Danny Ainge, Brian Howard, Ricky Pierce, Larry Smith, Dwight Wingett, Sadell Threat, Carl Malone, Randy Woods, and Todd Day on the prospects. Now, we pulled those 2 Shaq cards, and we ain't seen him come back lately. All right, Adam Keefe, Anthony Peeler, and Bryant Stith on our prospects. Our all-star was Dominique Wilkins, Terry Mills, John Koncak, Grayer, John Williams, Jason Williams, Billy Owen, Charles Oakley, Brian Williams, Rodney Monroe, and Don McLean. All right, I gotta move these. All right, let's get into the next one. We got Clarence Weatherspoon prospect. Top prospect of Lloyd Daniels, and our third one is Richard Dumas. Game face, Xavier McDaniel, Dwayne Cooper, Keith Jennings, Vinny Del Negro, Paul Graham, Danny Manning, Vinny Johnson, Moses Malone, come back here, Moses Malone, James Worthy, Steve Smith, Jeff Hornacek traded to the 76ers, and the 76ers Clarence Weatherspoon. Harold Miner on the prospect, Tracy Murray, and Malik Sealy on our prospects. Scoring threats, Terry Porter and Clyde Drexler, Dominique Wilkins, Stacey Augmon, Buck Johnson, Mark West, Clippers, 15,000 point club, Dominique Wilkins, Johnny Dawkins, Michael Cage, BJ Armstrong, Terry Porter, Jim Jackson, and Kevin Johnson on our art card. I feel like we haven't seen one of those in a couple of packs, but we've been getting some other really cool stuff. So, all right, Malik Sealy prospects, LaFonso Ellis prospects, and Robert Ory on the prospects. Tim Hardaway, All-Star, Michael Williams, Eric Murdoch, Tim Perry, David Wingett, Victor Alexander, Jim Less, Orlando Woolridge, George McLeod, Matt Ballard, Michael Adams, and Otis Thorpe on the art cards. I say we haven't seen art cards in a minute, and they come out like wildfire. LaFonso Ellis, which I feel like we've pulled about 14 of his by now. Malik Sealy, we definitely pulled him. And Tracy Murray on the prospects. Joe Dumars on the All-Star. Matt Geiger, Xavier McDaniel, Rolando Blackman, Travis Mays, Isaiah Thomas, Dennis Rodman. That's a cool shot. Del Curry, Terry Cummings, Derek Harper. There's Scotty on the art, and Johnny Dawkins. All right, Lee Mayberry, Richard Dumars, and Lloyd Daniels on the prospects. John Starks on the game face. Stacey Augmon, Dominique Wilkins, Mark Jackson, Walt Williams, Randy Brown, Lionel Simmons, John Williams, Detlef Schrempf, Benoit Benjamin, art cards, Sean Elliott and Mark Price. All right, Walt Williams, Bryant Stith, and a Anthony Pillar. John Stockton on the All-Star. Keith Jennings, Dwayne Cooper, Blue Edwards, Oliver Miller, Tim Hardaway, Percy Ellison, Grandmama Larry Johnson, Willie Anderson, Spud Webb, art cards, Robert Parrish. There, I've been waiting on that one. Ever since I saw the scoring threats in these, I've wanted this one. I just didn't want to say it because I didn't want to jinx it, but scoring threats, Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. Scoring threats. Sweet. But not as sweet as that one. All right, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more packs to go. So you guys have just been awesome hanging out. Appreciate it. All right, we'll go this way. We'll go Hubert Davis, Doug Christie, and Christian Laettner on the Shaquille O'Neal on the All-Star. John Konchak. There we go. Terry Mills, Michael Williams, Rick Mahorn, Raphael Addison, Terrell Brandon. I think he was slightly another underrated player. In my opinion. Terrell Brandon, Scott Williams, Michael Williams, Danny Manning, and Kendall Gill, Larry Johnson on the scoring threats. All right, Oliver Miller, Byron Houston, prospects, David Robinson, game face of Drazen Petrovic, Kennard Winchester, Anthony Avent, Matt Geiger, John Barry, Elliot Perry, Mark Bryant, Stacey King, Vernon Maxwell, Avery Johnson, Evan Willis, Tom Chambers, and Kevin Johnson. Prospects, we got Latrell Sprewell, another guy who got in his own way. Todd Day, prospects. John Sally Gameface, Detlef Schrempf on the All-Star, Rasmussen, Buck Johnson, Stacey Augmon, another Rasmussen, Ron Harper, Brad Daugherty, Kenny Gaddison, Todd Leachy. I got tripped up there. I just saw what I thought was 2-3, but it's 2-4, and that means it's Bill Cartwright. Chris Mullen and Tim Hardaway and Glenn Rice on the scoring threat and art card. 2 more packs. Right up front, we got Shaquille O'Neal, Alonzo Mourning, Harvey Grant, game face Petrovic, and Derek Coleman on the scoring threat. Got John Barry, Vinny Del Negro, Keith Jennings, Winchester, Ed Pickney, Scott Brooks, Pete Chilcutt, David Benoit, Terry Davis, Kendall Gill, and John Stockton and Karl Malone on the scoring threat. All right, one more pack to go. Man, I can't thank you guys enough for sticking this out with me, but we have pulled some cool looking stuff out of here. All right, last pack. Brent Price, prospect. Dwayne Cooper, prospect. Isaiah Thomas, Joe Dumars, scoring threat. Larry Nance on the All-Star. Rick Mahorn, Jeff Grayer, John Koncak. Again, Greg Kite, number 13 for the Warriors. John Stark, Marcus Liberty, the Dunking Dutchman, Rick Smits, followed by himself, and Karl Malone. That was a sweet rip, and we pulled some nice Jordans out of it. All right. I really appreciate you guys. Again, we have some amazing stuff coming up. One in particular I'm pretty excited about, but you'll have to tune in. You'll have to subscribe to find out what I'm talking about. So go do that. Watch out for our other videos, and I will see you guys next time.